Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, September 21st, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll notice in the previous session we had that huge flush event, that big event that we've been talking about that we've needed to see in order to spark some sort of reactive buying. You see that big type of flush, or this one, or this one. Now we have this big flush event here. That took us right into 4,300. That's the key level we talked about right there as being a significant level. It's the previous quarter's high and close, and we dropped right into that level. And right at the end of the day, a significant rally occurred from those lows. It was about a 45-minute rally, and the 60-minute bar, outside bar, a tremendous move on an intraday basis. And since then, prices pushed higher, nearly retesting 4,400 from below here today. Is this strong enough a low in order to get this thing popping back up toward the previous highs, or are we about to see the rally here be sold for another round of weakness up ahead? At the moment, that rejection yesterday and the way it's pushed away from that level already in overnight and pre-market trading appears to be a fairly strong low. The next pullback, though, really needs to be held, and that next pullback, could theoretically be as deep as 43.35, 43.40, and still be an opportunity to develop some sort of absorption signature off to the right side that leads to a move higher. So right now, again, a really strong, decent low here. No opportunity to get kind of a failed new low or no kind of rejection. Instead, it's more like this day here where it's already started strong, and the midpoint will be key. Can it stay above this mid today, the previous session's mid? If so, then it has a shot to remain on a path higher like it did a few months ago. Otherwise, a failure to hold that mid could suggest another wave of weakness ahead. Let's take a look here at the NQ. Big day down for the NQ. This one was about 297% of average range. That's how big that day was. Look at it right here, spiking off of the ADR profile. Big time move, 500 plus points of range. And typically when you see that type of price action, it tends to lead to an increase of volatility ahead. For example, a day like this one or a day like that one, those are huge days that lead to additional volatility. So to have this day here, to have back-to-back huge days, we could see additional volatility over the next 1 to 2 weeks. And again, very similar to the ES here, a very strong rejection on an intraday basis late in the day yesterday, a decent push away from that level already. It looks like a decently strong low, although we're not at a chance to get a failed new low like we did here. Instead, it's going to be kind of a higher low and try to stay above the mid. The one key level to watch is that overhead resistance at 15.2. That 15.2 right there is going to be very important. And right now, price has gone very close to it, and not really quite getting above that level. So 15.2 is going to be very important. That CLVN right there. If price can't get above that zone, do we then come down here and retest the previous month's low, followed by the previous quarter's high and close? So we need a little bit more of a flush here before we start moving higher. So keep an eye on that 15.2. Let's take a look now at crude oil. Right now, crude oil with a fairly narrow range today, inside day, still on the pullback phase here after reaching 73s. It's retested 70 from above and barely held on to it yesterday, closing at 70.43. Today, bit of a rejection here, double top in pre-market trading here, which has sent things lower. So again, if this is the end of the road here, then a failure to hold 70 will kind of open the door back to 67s, which is the next key near-term support level. Maybe even as down as low as 65s, or as we've seen here recently, this channel has led to new lows. Do we go get that 58? Again, seasonally speaking, we tend to see weakness creep in right at around the mid part of September, mid to late part of September, which leads to usually weakness heading into the end of the year. Again, that's according to seasonality. So we'll see. Can it hold 70? If not, we may be looking at a dump back towards 67 very quickly, and perhaps even lower. Taking a look now at gold futures. Gold here with a very good bounce recently, a good lower low rejection, something we talked about in the pre-market video yesterday. We mentioned yesterday that lower low suggested a retest of the previous high. That was basically the target for the day. And now price is pushing through that high after holding on a retest this morning. Again, this is a decent area of support which is held before on multiple occasions. And now here we go again, getting back above 1760, 1765, and currently trading 73.70. So early on, this is starting to look like another phase here, like this one where it's going to take us back to 1840, or this one where it takes us back up. If it can continue to hold 1760 now on any pullbacks and retests, again, the flow could be higher toward 1840 over the coming weeks. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.